got camera 1 or view 1. It is to my right. View 2 is to my left. We'll try and move view 2 around so it hopefully gets some better angles, we'll say. All right, so assembly guide, folks. This is a really nice detailed assembly guide. Honestly, a lot of these things you could put them together without the instructions if you are so mechanically inclined. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our feet. They want you to do the Z bracket, so they want you to grab part H and attach it to 4 and 5, all right? So these are not symmetrical, in case you're wondering, the 2 legs. Let me go ahead and use some scissors, huh? Instead of trying to freaking tear all this stuff up. All right. Yeah, this is, for me, we need 2 per leg, all right? Now, which side is the side that gets the feed? It's this side, okay? This side's threaded, so I'm gonna try and screw these all the way down, and we'll work on adjusting them if we need to. I just bought 2 adjustable desks, electric desks, so they go from 28 to 48 inches, so I'll be able to do some standing. It's better for your posture and if you have an issue with your tailbone, then you also will benefit from it. Let's get this, set that aside for the time being. Grab the second one. So this desk, I think it's gonna go in my main office. We'll have to move out one of the other desks that's in there. Probably gonna be where it's gonna go. It's gonna be hard to close the door. I have so many freaking computer gaming desks. It's getting a little ridiculous. I think when the relatives come this summer, I'm gonna set 4 of them, 4 desks back to back. This will be mine because it's bigger, and we'll find a game that we can all play online. Maybe something stupid like StarCraft, or maybe Fortnite. Who knows? Maybe Warzone. Okay, so now we need parts 13 and parts 12. They look relatively symmetrical, but they're different. We need parts 9 and 8. So 13 gets 8, and this is weird because this doesn't have all these holes in it that it's supposed to have. Am I blind? Okay, 13. Whoops. These are, there you go. These fit inside of each other. Okay, there's also an 11, all right? This is how you make this thing work for a 63-inch desk. Now, I would imagine if you bought this same desk and you bought the much smaller 47 because you couldn't afford the big dog like I got, then you will be always wondering, how come I don't have all these extra parts? I'm kind of joking about that, but it is interesting how the manufacturer would put this little dinky itty bitty piece in here instead of just manufacturing a bunch more. Maybe one. I don't think this wouldn't fit in the box if it was just one of these, right? But you know, it would have been easier, I think, for the person sitting at home if they just made the box bigger and stuck a longer one of these in here, one piece, and don't have these extension pieces. So we'll need the Allen wrench. I hopefully, folks, have one here that will allow me not to have to use the crappy one that they gave you. I have one with a handle that, if we're lucky, will work. It'll speed this video up. You'll want to grab the one that is in your kit, okay? Or find a better one at your house. It doesn't say, it says it's an M metric 4 Allen wrench, all right? So it does say what kind it is. And so this thing you're probably going to want to tighten down quite a bit. I'm thinking this might not work. Oh, it's too big, folks. Son of a, you know what. So we gotta, this video is gonna take even longer because I'll be tightening the shit out of this thing. Now, hopefully you don't mind that language. I have to be careful because sometimes you lose your monetization if you cuss a few too many times on here. So folks, I have a lot of channels, just so you know. We got weightlifting. We got 3 channels that do gaming, computer builds. Well, one is kind of a backup, right, to the main channel. Gives you additional views. Hasn't got monetized. Maybe one day it will. If assuming YouTube will let me use different footage, but of the same stuff, where the voice is the same. So who knows? But I definitely want to get, which would be view 2, I want to get that channel monetized. All right, so view 1, you're going to be stationary. View 2, I feel like you guys are too far away. Let's do something to improve this. All right, so we got one extension piece done. 12, 13, 9, da, 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 da. It's pretty stiff, folks. Okay, now these are 12. 12s are the same. And then guess what? There's also an extension piece in here. It is labeled 10, okay? Wow, I have a piece of something on the table. Not anymore, but. So 10 is going to go between these two. And I don't want this falling off. Yeah. I really want it to start to fall off. So we'll do one at a time. Pretty easy build so far, just going to take time, folks. And I do honestly hope the quality is there, right? You buy something like this. This was like by far, I think, the cheapest 63-inch desk. It was so cheap that I had there was no way I couldn't buy it. 63 really is the beginning of where I'd say is a darn good desk. 40. So I'm gonna do it one of these days. I bought a 30-inch desk that's not very deep. I think I have a 39-inch desk somewhere. What we want to do, where's my Allen wrench, folks? Great. Did we lose our Allen wrench? Yeah, this sucks when you get blind and stupid. Here it is. Yeah, so what was I saying? fasteners because I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I was going to buy 30, 35, 39. I already have, I think I have a bunch of 47s, which is ridiculous. We have an L-shaped 50-something inch desk, and I really need maybe 50. If I have a regular 50-inch desk, we need one of those. And then the 63. And then I'm going to go through, I'm going to put a bunch of monitors on it so you can see, okay, I can get 3 34-inch ultra wide or extra wide monitors on this. I can only get on the crappy desk, basically a laptop, because you can't fit you can fit a keyboard in that crappy monitor on it. It kind of sucks. So using the 30 inch as a waist, 35, a little better, but still sucks. And then 39, you know, just starting to get to that point where the desks are getting better. Now a good L-shaped desk, the 50, whatever it is, 50-inch one I have is just not quite good enough. All right, so we have our supports underneath, and well, we almost dropped that. All right, next. So they actually want us to build up the freaking frame. Holy cow. That's amazing. Instead of doing, interesting. Instead of working backwards, which surprises me. So I think, folks, we'll try metric 6. Is metric 6 what I've been using the whole time? Yep. I'm going to try putting this thing on. You know, this is pretty much symmetrical. So we have to figure out later which way is the right way. These are going to be hard to tighten. Now I'm going opposite of the instructions, just so you know, but I'm doing this because I think this will be easier later. If we can do this, the more of this I can do standing on the counter, the better for me physically, and maybe even for you guys. You know, being hunched over sucks. I'm just going to tell you that much, right? Being on the floor with these things, building them, not a good thing. So I don't think you guys can see squat. Let's flip this over. We might need more light too. You know, when you buy a all black desk, it's kind of hard to see what the hell you're doing. So this will help me too. That's actually on there pretty good already. This isn't an ideal angle for me. I should get the power drill out. I think this stuff is kind of flimsy. I'd be actually a little worried about over tightening stuff. And definitely when you get to the particle board. All right, so there's that guy. Now we can swap over the other side. Hopefully you guys can see that. More screws. A lot of times I like to stick all my screws in a bowl. and that would actually be useful today. So we've lost a screw somewhere. That sucks. Wow. They screwed us. Or we've lost something, folks. If we're lucky, there's a spare parts thing in here somewhere where they go, okay, we'll give you one of each, because we know somebody out there is going to lose it. And you know, I've sent stuff back. It's missing parts. It's going back. So I probably I'm sure I sent 10% of the stuff back on Amazon. I got so ticked off one time with them. True story. They took away my ability to do Amazon reviews, and Amazon reviews were honestly getting me a lot of free crap. I mean, so much stuff that some of it was total garbage, some of it was decent. I got all these Aimtom batteries. Those things are worth a lot of money. Just got all kinds of free stuff. And then next thing I know, I'm doing too many reviews. And maybe I was a little too positive. We're on this YouTube channel. If your stuff sucks, I'll let you know about it. Okay, so there is no spare parts, but I did find the screw. Thank God. Okay. We're lucky we'll get this in here at a slight angle, which isn't such a good idea, but I just hope I attach this to the right piece. So they have this support arm attached to the bigger piece. The other piece doesn't have additional support, which maybe doesn't need it. Maybe they did finite element analysis and determined, yeah, we don't need it. I don't think there are too many people that will log into this channel that know what the hell I'm talking about. But if there is, interesting enough that I took a class in that and did some stuff with it, and then I never did it again. So this says I need part E to assemble this thing, but we've used all our E's. I don't have any E's in my pockets, so I'd say folks, they've shafted us again. All right, so we're short two E's. This is going to be a problem. I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, there's another whole bag of E's. Whoops. You know what? I might have just screwed up, folks. Oh no. We may have used F where we should have used. These look like exactly the same screws. E, F, M6 times 12. Okay. So E and F are the same. Jesus. They're both M by M6. So, chances are, though, I might have made a mistake. Can't say that for sure yet. Okay. It's kind of hard to see what's going on here. We'll try and do this side, folks. Hopefully that won't fall into the freaking counter. Okay, so we can attach this here and then come back and tighten it down, hopefully. So I've got one of the legs, the Z legs. And if we just get enough on this thing, we can attach it to the body, and then at least this part will be good. So going slightly out of order with the directions, but I think we'll be okay. I'm not going to tighten that all the way down because we need to get bolts in here, and we want to center this on the slot. So this, quite honestly, is where it sucks having a Allen wrench. You can't do full. We're not going to be able to do full turns. Now we potentially can put this on its side. I think I'm going to try that, folks. Hope it doesn't fall off. Oops. Great. It's as tall as the ceiling. Yeah, it doesn't work. You could do this on the floor, or I just marked up the ceiling. It's going to piss somebody off. You know who will be up there painting it, though, to fix it. So maybe I should just fix the paint before she sees it. I'm not going to be able to do the other side like this, but so yeah, handle would have been a lot easier. Okay, so that's actually pretty stiff, folks. Let's flip this around, and we can do this more like the directions say now. I gotta move this chair out of the way. And we will try and do this a different way. So if I'm not lucky, we will have screwed up. If I'm lucky, everything is going to line up. Now, one of the support structures on your bracing, that was a piece where it was like, well, did we put it on right? You know, that need to be 180 degrees. Doesn't look like it matters. If you look at the picture that they build of it, maybe it'll be flipped. For the sake of what I'm doing here, not gonna matter. Now I could put this on the on this stool. It won't reach the ceiling that way, but I build enough of these, folks, that I'm always trying to find a easier way to put stuff together. You know, you don't want to be hunched over like I am right now. Not a good thing for the back, I think, to do it continuously. Almost feel like I'm in a planking position or something where I'm starting to feel a little stress. So, okay, when you get older. Okay, so I hand tighten that pretty good. I want to know what I do with my Diet Coke, folks. It's like my lifeblood. Just sad. Yeah, Sour Orange kind of sucks. But so far, even though it's a lot of parts, I actually do like the desk. Now, one thing, when I was practicing engineering as a design engineer, we've done all kinds of different engineering over the years, but one thing that I did do when I was designing stuff, I was basically doing design for ease of assembly. And that is one thing that our Chinese, I'm not going to call them friends because the president doesn't like them. Therefore, I don't think I like them either. But that said, I'll be back. I can get my Diet Coke. All right. Took a sip of that. I got to clean this place up, folks. But yeah, I don't think they know what the hell design for ease of assembly is. There's a lot of places where they just, hey, labor is cheap. You will spend your time putting your shit together instead of us making your life easier. Now it appears not a lot of washers being used in this design, right? Just kind of frustrating. Washers, you know, spread the load over the surface and will help you from having issues with basically the material getting, what's the word, folks? Collapsed, stressed, depressed, I don't know. There's a bunch of things I'm thinking, none of them are coming out right. All right, so this screw, folks, is not wanting to go in here. So that tells me that nut might be bad. If the nut's bad, this whole assembly is going to go south. Okay, so we're getting one side solid. Let me swap the camera around. Yeah, I might have to build this and act like we didn't have that problem. I'm sure the manufacturer will appreciate it, but so if I get the other part in, you know, I'd have to take it apart. Blah blah blah. Now this frame is nice. I've thought about a 72-inch butcher block table. Is a real solid desk. Instead of oops, I don't think that was supposed to pop like that. Instead of a cheap tabletop, put something nice, because there's some nice butcher block tables one could buy at Home Depot, Lowe's. Now, from my experience, folks, when you have buckling of the surface, which I may have just done, that's why you want washers. Alright, so this thing is in there, folks. It is tight. It's the way I like it. Now we got to do our wood top. Alright. This is a long ass video. Oh my god. People are gonna tune out, fall asleep, but yeah, look at that. It's a stiff frame, alright? It's nice and stiff, folks. Alright, so now we have to use our wood dowels. Get this crap out of the way. We'll need these extension pieces, so there better be some wood screws in here. This is the top, so we're going to flip it over. And yeah, this is going to be wider than my counter, so I'm going to have to go this way. I think there's only one way this thing can come together right now. Alright, so the sooner I get these wood dowels in, the sooner this thing, folks, can be mended together, joined together, joiner plates, whatever those things are called, and then we can we won't have to worry as much about it falling off the counter. This thing is freaking ginormous. And that can be a good thing, at least for the sake of this type project. Ours was light. So either one wood dowel is bigger than the other, or I'm just not strong enough. There we go. All right. So the joiner plate, hopefully, joiner plates, they really could have used 3 of them, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so that wood dowels was part O. There were 3 of those. That mended, brought 14 and 15 together. Now we need 2 G's and 2 F's. So G's are the plates. F's are those screws that are in my pocket. Okay, so there's a threaded nut in here, so that's good. Hopefully we'll get that going pretty good. I don't see our Allen wrench. The only thing would be better is if somehow these would pull these together. So I'm going to tighten one side, then we're going to grab it, make sure. Oh wow, somehow I didn't even see myself hand tighten the other side. So undoubtedly you'll feel a seam in the middle of this. Buy yourself a massive gaming pad and you probably won't even realize that it's got that issue, okay? At least hopefully you won't. So far I'm liking the desk. It's gonna be freaking massive. You could fit a lot of monitors on here, folks. And that is an awesome thing. Just making sure camera 1 and 2 can see what the hell I'm doing. so you can feel the seam. No matter what you do, no matter how perfect you think you're doing this, it still ends up with the feeling of a seam. All right, so it appears this is the back, this is the front. We've finished steps 1 through 6. And now, folks, we can put our tabletop on top of it, or we can put our frame on top of this. We need B and C, parts B and C. These are some long screws in here. So we might end up getting them mixed up. B is the 35s, so they're a little longer. Put them here. C is the 30s, M6 by 30, right? So these are all the same metric thread diameter, but they are different lengths. Now, let's see. Hard to tell from this picture, folks, which side is the front. Okay, so it comes towards you. Let me see here. I think the reality is, wow, this one piece is kind of jacked up for it's gonna spin on you. Okay, so let me see here. Is this the right direction? I said this was the front because the holes are in the back. The picture, they cut the holes out, I think, or you can just see them. So it looks like I have this swapped. Yeah. Seems interesting enough that you almost want this back the other way, but maybe not. Oops. God, that was the camera stand. All right. Now, we want to figure out where our bigger screws are first. There's only 4 of them. That was B. So B is going to basically, see if you guys can see this. All right, we'll do the outside first. B is going to drop these in, okay? Now, I'm going to try and get a couple threads on there and then move on to the next one. Wow, that actually lined up, surprisingly. And then, you guys can't see it. I'm not gonna move the cameras. I'm doing the opposite side, okay? And then, opposite to that. So, that one is not finding the hole. So for this, folks, camera 2 is gonna be the lead camera. Camera 1, you're missing all the details, my friends, but you'll see it in a second, okay? All right, so that feels like it's in there. All right, let's crank this side down. So this is this does get better and better. forgive me, Homall, for talking crap about your desk. Now, most likely, folks, there's more than one company that has built this desk or got their name attached to it, as I found. So if you came to this and you're like, hey, this isn't the Homall, you saw the box was completely generic in the unboxing. And so this is going to be most likely more than one company selling it on Amazon. Hell, I could probably find out that Walmart, AliExpress, who knows where else is using this. Let's see, can you see what I'm doing? Okay, because I screwed you guys on the one view. All right, so that takes up those parts, folks. They're done. Wow, this doesn't have the bolts to attach it. You know, to be honest with you, at this point, besides putting the caps on it, I would almost call it a day. It's a nice desk. Putting all the other stuff on almost doesn't seem necessary. All right, but we need part C. Part C is hopefully going to line up with the holes. Now this is where problems may arise. So while the other poles were dead center nuts, whatever some people like to say, these are ever so slightly off. This is going to really stiffen this up nicely. I almost feel like since we've dragged this video on forever, I see a defect in one of the parts, folks. So this other part has the holes were punched out on 90 degrees in the wrong direction because the splice plate, extender plate, whatever the heck you want to call it, it is where it is. So that bar is not going to connect that support to the table. Now, how important is this going to be, folks? Could be pretty important, or it might not matter. So at least now it won't, it's not going to spin once I bolt this down. That part's good. This is like an hour assembly, holy cow. So one side of this thing is freaking nice and tight to the wood. The other side doesn't have a whole lot fastening it. You know, manufacturing mistakes happen, folks. But I will have to buy or have them send me another, whatever this part is. And whether I'll actually ever assemble it, I don't know, but it's the point of it. So just so you see camera 2, we should see these here, all right? that's where these screws would go. Camera one. Over here, we have 2 holes, just like this has those. These are 90 degrees to it, in the wrong spot. Whoever drew up this part screwed up. I'd say, you know, I think those were the same parts, so they sent me 2 different parts. All right. So for this, they say to use the Allen wrench, which we've been doing. And we've got all this extra crap to put on here. This thing's upside down, so this is going to have to happen in the final stage. It has some protective plastic coverings. Interesting enough. I have no idea how these attach. These will go on in a different, in the final stage. So 2 and 3, put those aside. I was trying to figure out what we need. This thing here, folks, fits together like so. If you can fit it in there, right? 2 and, or L and whatever this is, L and M go together just like that. Okay, they're kind of cheap plastic stuff, but now if you decide you don't want to put those on, hey, more power to you. I need 2 Ds. Luckily there are 2 left that I see. I'm not really sure what this is going to attach to. This is where the instructions were really good up until this point, folks. Now I'm a little confused. Where's K? K. This is K. And it is going to stick out of this thing. Oh, okay, here you go. Got it. So, K. K's on this side. Boop. And okay, it gets 1 screw. Up here, only 1 screw, so it will rotate. You'll be able to use this thing and rotate it underneath the desk most likely to get out of the way. Amazing how these things will snag on stuff when you don't want it to. So I've been making a lot more videos, a lot more quality videos, we'll say, and I gotta say, folks, there's not the payoff, but I gotta spend the money I make on YouTube on something. So it might as well be stuff that hopefully will turn into a money maker. D, K, L, I. So there is another part somewhere. That's J, or is it L? H, I. Okay, we screwed up. So there's 2 washers. Dang it. I hate redoing videos. Washer goes underneath this, just so you know. Yeah, it would appear the washer goes underneath this thing. So, I don't think you need it if you already put this thing in. You could probably leave it. This desk, we might have fun lifting it up and flipping it over. All right. So tighten that down. That's on there. Now we're going to come over to this side. And this will be your drink holder. One screw for it as well. One washer. One screw. Not sure why it has so many holes in it, but maybe they use this on a different model of desk. And so we've used the washers, we've used all our D's. Okay, there's that. So folks, I think that leaves one thing left to do, and that's flip this sumbitch over. Oh no, there's more. Whenever you think you've done everything, you forget. There's always more. All right, we may have to put this, so we're gonna have to put this on the floor. Whoa, that's scary. I'm gonna move the cameras. My super expensive camera, cell phone, and my what used to be a really super expensive cell phone, but not worth as much these days. Let's see if we can flip this over without breaking it. This is where you do wish these screws were in the other portion of this thing. Oh man, the thing is bulky. It's not heavy. If you guys seen me bench press, you know I can handle some motherfucking weight. But oh Jesus Christ, watch out for everything. All right, so wow, this thing feels really low, but I guess that's height. We can get another inch out of it probably. Let's do the easy part first. Let's put these caps on here. Boom, boom. Now, so here's actual wood screws, and I would say you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, something like this, but smaller. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So if you want to protect the front of this thing, folks, with these chintzy plastic pieces, you know what? You can do so. I don't even see this come in from underneath. Nope. Where is it? Tell me that goes on top of this thing. It makes this thing look like an ugly eyesore. Oh, that's in the back. I'm in the wrong spot, folks. So there are pre-drilled holes on this thing. Okay. Question is whether you want these on here. Blind people with that. So if you like that, you would go ahead and put your screws through it. I gotta say, folks, I don't really think I like it. It's not doing anything for me. So that would be that one. Then there's this other one, which I might put on. I think it could potentially secure the table a little better. Let's see. Or not. Yeah, this isn't going to do anything either. You would, let's see. Yeah, that doesn't do anything either, really. We could put that in, and you know, I just don't get what the point of this is. So that would be the final step. Folks. I'm not going to do it. I refuse. You can do it at home. It doesn't add any structural rigidity. It doesn't do anything. If it had LED lights or something in it, hey, maybe I would do it. But that's going to wrap this up, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. We had spare parts. We had stuff we didn't want to install. But we're going to call this installed. And I'm going to put this in place. And I will give you guys a review of it at some time in the future. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like, please subscribe.